All right, here's try number one. So Jorge will flip two quarters at the same time, complete a tree diagram, and then list the sample space of this compound event. Use H for heads and T for tails. So the sample space is what combinations you get at the end. So the one we did for the boy girl, we did vertically. This one they're doing horizontally. So the first quarter, you have a couple outcomes. You can either get heads or you can get tails. Then when you go to the next quarter, you can get heads or you can get tails. Or if the first one was a tails, then the next one could go heads or tails. So our final outcomes are listed over here. So what we can get, you're going to go through the tree, but you can get a heads, so you get heads and then a heads, or you can get a heads, then a tail combination, or you can get a tail, then a heads combination, or you can get a tail combination. And this is a kind of an answer we expect. Flip a coin, you have two outcomes. Flip another coin, you have two outcomes. And you should know 2 times 2 is 4, right? So we should expect to get 4 different outcomes. So that kind of leads us to the convince me question. How does the sample space change when the number of quarters that Jorge flips is increased by 1? So put another quarter out here. Quarter number 3, what happens? Right? So that quarter can get heads or you can get tails, right? So with each of these, we need to branch out and we need to list what we could get. So I didn't do a great job of drawing. Let me redraw this out, okay? So this heads, we can follow the trend and continue to get a heads, or they could flip the tails. It'd be head, tails. Okay, so we need to create 2 different stems for that last quarter on all of these. And put a heads, tail combination to each of them. So what happens to our sample space? It gets larger. We had 2 outcomes for the first quarter, 2 outcomes for the next, and 2 outcomes for the next. So 2 times 2 times 2, we got 8 different outcomes. And the sample space has listed 3 events. So we have heads. We have a heads, tails event, and so on. As we go through our tree, I did head, and I did heads, tails, and we go through that tree and we list them all out. But we should expect 8 events, and those events show 3 different events for each sample.